Hello! Welcome back to my channel. So, I've been in a reading slump. A bad one. It's been bad. I think I didn't read for like 2 weeks. So, that's why there's been less videos from me. Don't know what put me in the reading slump, but... Well, I lie. I actually think I do know what put me in the reading slump, but I think it was the nonfiction, which I decided to just get out of the way in the beginning of the month. I finished it, but I think it put me in a slump. So I've been working on it, and I'm actually finally out of the slump. I'm finally like reading again, so that's great. So I thought I'd come and talk about just the slump and how I got out of it, because I think that's something that I struggle with a lot, especially with this set TBR. I think they're more common. Sorry if you can hear kids music in the background. My kiddo's watching a Netflix show or something like that. So the first thing I did was take books off my TBR. Not books from TBR Time Bomb, but there was a lot of readathons in February. So there was Polarathon, which instead of being smart and just doing 3 books because you could double up on prompts, I decided I wanted to read 5 books and do an individual book for each prompt. There was Pharaoh Feb, which is Fantasy Romance February, and that was a whole bingo board. And then I forgot this when I was paying out books, but there was Blackathon too. So not only did I have a bunch of physical books, I also added a bunch of audiobooks for all 3 of those. So it was like, okay, I can do this. Like, I'll listen to audiobooks, all this stuff. And then the slump hit, and oh my gosh. I couldn't get myself to do any of it. So I ended up not really participating in any of those. I've read some of the stuff I read 2 of the books for Polarathon, but there's no Polarathon blog, because I couldn't get through a TBR that actually like got me up the path. And then Pharaoh Feb, I've got some of the spaces filled, but I don't know if that I don't think I'll do a video for any of the readathons that I wanted to participate in, because I didn't finish any of the readathons I wanted to participate in. So I think I was overwhelming myself. So I took a bunch of books off my TBR that weren't like essential or that weren't like super exciting to me. The next thing I did was I read a manga, actually. So if you haven't seen my manga trying video, I'll put it up in the cards. Yeah, I read a manga. I read some more of the Blackbird manga, and it was really good, really easy, super easy to fly through. I usually do like graphic novels and stuff, but I'm super enjoying the manga like format right now. So I read 2 more volumes of that manga, and that kind of got me, like, they're also super fast to finish for me, so I like consume them really quickly. And then I was like, yes, I've got 2 more books on my TBR done, or I got 2 more books done for the month, like I can do this, kind of building up my confidence again. And then I did the thing that is the hardest thing to do, which is I was in the middle of a book. I was reading Stealing Snow, and the book was good. Like, it wasn't terrible. It's like solid 3-star book. Don't think I'll continue with this series, but oh my gosh, I literally read it for so long. Like, I couldn't get myself to finish it. So I had about 100 pages left, and I sat down and I put together a timer and I just read. Like, I was not allowed to stop reading it. I had to finish that book. Once I finished that book, forcing myself to finish that book, I literally felt like my whole world changed. Like, it was like like an elephant lifted off my shoulders, because I'm one of those people that doesn't really DNF very often. So the fact that I DNF something for January was like crazy. I actually have also DNF something for February, which is insane. But I literally don't DNF very often. The only time I DNF is when I truly like can't stand a book, or I'm truly like, this is completely pointless, I'm not enjoying myself. And I was enjoying myself with the Stealing Snow book, but I wasn't going to start anything until that was finished, because I'm a completionist and I have issues. So I had to finish that book. And that's what I did, and I'm so proud. And literally, since I finished that book, I think I've finished 2 more books since then, which is awesome. I am down to the last 2 books on my TBR for TBR Time Bomb. I'm also reading something that I really enjoy. So what I've done is I'm reading Written and Read, which I've read before by Anne Bishop, but I was watching Peru's Project, Reagan. I'll put her channel down below. She's amazing. She's reading this series right now, and I was like, oh, I've never seen anybody else talk about it, and I'm obsessed with this series. I love it so much. But I've never made it past the 2nd book, so I was like, okay, that's it. I have to add this to my TBR, but as something that I love. So what I'm doing is I'm switching back and forth. So I'm doing TBR Time Bomb book, and I read a certain amount of that, and then I get to reward myself with the book that I'm really enjoying, the book that I really want to read. I am enjoying the TBR Time Bomb books. That's not like what it's about. It's just like now I'm spending my time half mood reading and half TBR reading. So I'm like finishing books on my TBR, which is something that was really important to me. And part of the reason that Time Bomb is so fast is so that I'm picking out books that I wouldn't normally pick, because they're on my TBR. So I was obviously interested in them at one point. So yeah, I've been doing that. And then in addition, I'm doing the mood reading. I think my next mood read might be John Green's Anthropocene review, because I'm really intrigued, and I just got a copy and it's signed. But anyway, so that's how I got into my reading slump. And I actually was talking to somebody in the comments about, she was like, yeah, I couldn't do a TBR. And I think I pushed myself too far into a TBR, and I was like, yeah, it's only about half the books I read, so I mood read the other half. Well, if you're in a slump, that's like not possible. But it is if I tend to read multiple books at the same time. So that's what I've been doing, and I think that's my strategy going from now on, to read 2 books at a time, 1 mood read, 1 TBR read. If I can even pick a mood read, because that's part of my problem too, is picking something is super hard for me. But yeah, that's what's been going on. That's why there's been less videos on my channel, because if I'm not reading, I'm not making content. And yeah, I've been on the struggle bus, but hopefully this has given you an idea if you're in a reading slump to get out of it. And I think I'll make these into episodes, so I know I'll have multiple reading slumps throughout the year for sure. And I want to do, I think, reading slump videos to show how I got out of them, so maybe they're helpful. Hopefully these tips give you a little bit of juju, so that you can get into your TBR or your mood reading in a better place. Yeah, so I think that's all from me. I hope you had a relaxing, fun time, and I will talk to you later. Bye.